entertaining and informative.
This is Sid and Friends in the Morning.
77 WABC.
Folks, back here on Radio Row, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the site of RNC 2024. Been a great show already. Russ Sullivan, Andrew Giuliani, Greg Kelly, still to come, Laura Ingram, Judge Janine, and who knows who else. Who knows? We're Milwaukee. Could be the Greek Freak. So who comes walking by my table here moments ago, but a guy that I've liked for years, a lot. He was Donald Trump's campaign manager way back when the dream first started in 2016. He has been to the old studios in Madison Square Garden with me and my late partner Bernard. Him and David Bossy wrote a book. He's a big deal now in his 8th year with Donald Trump. My friend Corey Lewandowski. Corey, you look great. Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great, and thanks for having me. And, boy, you got a tan. You're not getting that tan in New York, I can tell you. I know we're on the radio, but this is the best New York tan I've ever seen.
Thank you, but I am because I live in a place called Belle Harbor, which is kind of the fancier side of Rockaway Beach. And my house, Corey, is literally 2 blocks from the ocean.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. Nice? That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you're living pretty good up in New Hampshire. You got water by you.
Hey, New Hampshire's great. I'm blessed to be able to raise my kids up there. My wife's going to come out here to the convention. This is the start today of what promises to be an exciting 4 days. Big things are going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Donald Trump is going to name his vice presidential running mate, which 2 days ago, before he was shot, was probably going to be the biggest announcement that the world was waiting for. Now, when Donald Trump walks into that arena and makes a speech, you're going to not be able to measure the decibel level because that roof is going to get blown off. It's going to be so loud.
No doubt. And look, you're very close with Donald. Forget about the whole political thing. Everybody I brought on this show today is friendly with Donald, starting with me, but people that are much more friendly. You and Donald are very, very close, and I'm asking the same question of everybody. When the shots ring out and President Trump hits the floor, where were you? What were you thinking?
Look, I was actually about to have dinner, and I had a governor text me, and they texted me a word I can't say on air, but they said, what the blank? And I said, I don't know, what the blank? And I wasn't watching the television. And he said, turn the television on immediately. They just shot Trump. Boy. And all of a sudden, all of the senior staff I have worked with over the years, from Dan Scavino to the advanced guys, Chris Ambrosini, Stephen Chung is over there, Margot is over there, and I could see them. And I was, Ross Worthington, and I had to get him on the phone. Somebody has to tell me what's going on. And so I diligently reached out to everybody who I knew is usually in that small bubble.
Who got back to you? I'm curious.
Look,
I'm waiting on Margot Martin for like 3 weeks. And Chung never gets back to me.
Good.
Boris barely.
Dan Scavino, right? Dan was one of our very, very, very early hires, and he got right back to me and said, listen, the president's going to be okay. We're at the hospital. He wanted to just do a quick check. His team forced him to go and have a quick checkup. He wanted to finish the speech. He wanted to finish the speach.
Of course.
This guy said, I only got 10 minutes. I can't do anything in 10 minutes. I want to get my full 50.
He's the modern-day Teddy Roosevelt.
He really is. And so then he flew to New Jersey, as you know, walked off the plane like a boss, played 18 holes yesterday like a boss, flew here to Milwaukee. And, when something like that happens, you see the resolve that a person really has. And Donald Trump has so much fight and so much stamina. I don't care if you like him or hate him. You got to say that guy's got a set on him that is unmatched.
Undeniable. So, of course, tonight starts all the festivities at the house the Greek Freak built here in Milwaukee Bucks. And Thursday we're going to officially nominate Mr. Trump. But we're going to see some big speakers. So I reach out to Laura Trump, his daughter. We're very close. And I say, I want to speak because I'm somewhat delusional. I'm a big radio star in New York City, and I think I'm the guy, and Trump loves me. And, of course, I didn't even make the cut. Forget about it. Because there are some very, very big names. Dana White's going to speak right before Trump. So you're kind of involved in that process?
Well, I have been, but let me tell you what the president wants to do with this convention. It wasn't going to just be all politicians and everybody running for office. He wants to have everyday Americans who were benefiting when he was in the White House and everyday Americans whose families have suffered under the Biden administration. You will hear from people whose families' farms have been taken. You will hear from people who, because of the open borders, their children died from fentanyl or from illegal immigrants who came across this country and shouldn't be here. So this is going to be be a story of Americans. Yes, you're going to have some politicians. Yes, you're going to have some candidates who are running for office. But the big-name speakers are going to be names we don't know, but are going to get to know and say, that's a story that could be my story. And Donald Trump is giving them an opportunity to tell their story to America.
Now, we nominate him on Thursday night, but a lot of folks here on the ground in Milwaukee seem to think he'll be out there tonight when the speeches start. Some folks, Corey Lewandowski, think he'll be out there all 4 nights. What do you think?
Well, I can remember back to 2016 in Cleveland when he showed up every single night at that convention. Look, Donald Trump is the master of ratings. He's the master of knowing when to appear somewhere. This convention is very different than 2020 because of the world of COVID. I think you're going to see a lot of Donald Trump. I hope we do. I think that's what the American people want to see. They want to hear from him directly, how he's feeling, what he's doing, and who better than Donald Trump to deliver a message every night. So I hope that's what he gets to do.
Final 30 seconds, Corey Lewandowski, so great to see you. You've been such a loyal soldier, really, for 8 years, and you're one of the better guys in this business. Final 30 seconds, is it fair to assume that everything that goes on in Milwaukee, from who speaks on stage to what food is delivered, President Trump has his hands in everything?
1,000%. He used to say to me, hey, Corey, do you like this plan? I said, yeah. He said, what's the name on the outside? I said, Trump. He said, don't ever forget it. I said, yes, sir. Okay? So, it doesn't matter how important you think you are, right? He's making every final decision from the speakers to the color to the backdrop to the stage. And by the way, he's done a pretty damn good job at it.
Pretty damn good, as you have as his campaign manager and again, part of the whole deal here. Corey, it's great to see you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great time here.
My man, Corey Lewandowski. Got to know Corey very well 8 years ago. I'm so happy he's still with the Trump team. One of the real good guys, folks. Trust me.